What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hasan Piker, and this is the Hasanabi broadcast coming to you live from sunny and beautiful California, Los Angeles, folks. We are live and alive, and I hope all the boys, I hope all the girls, and I hope all the MBs are having a fantastic one, because it is Wednesday, February 9th, 2022, and I'm early. It's 11:04. And I'm early as hell. Why am I early? Well, because I didn't shoot Fear and Malding like I normally do. I did not shoot Fear and Malding like I normally would. And that has created a lot of opportunities for me to sit around and basically fucking read Twitter comments and get mad about people on Twitter, because I'm not on LSF, so I gotta get mad about something, you know what I mean? I can't fucking sit around. I have to constantly seek out people who are criticizing me to a degree where it's like, can't tell if it's fucking good faith or bad faith or whatever the fuck's going on. I don't know, right? And it's annoying because then sometimes I end up yelling at people that are actually giving me good faith criticisms or are fans themselves. But because I've become this like defensive mess that, from being constantly fucking whipped around by dummies, that I don't know. I can't distinguish between people who are like making legitimate, honest criticisms, people who are legitimately confused, and what also, more importantly, the best possible way of saying explaining things to people. Sorry, I just got like broken brain for a second. Will you watch Nintendo Direct in 3 hours? Yes, I will watch it. But anyway, if I were you, I'd feel the same. Yeah, it's fine. But the reason why I started early is because, like I said, I just don't have anything else going on, and I want to fucking.
2 months of daily
I just wanted to get started. There's a lot to talk about, a lot to cover. Why do you never use a VR? I'm assuming there's gonna be a lot of fucking weirdos in here today, because like when I do stuff like this, I usually, because this morning I woke up and I decided, I'm not done yet. I'm going to fucking make a meme. Okay. You can't stop me. I'm going to make a meme. I'm going to make fun of the people who are like complaining about React lording and stuff like that. So there's going to be a lot of people that are going to come in here today and disingenuously demand the attention of the stream. When I ban them, I need you guys to understand I'm not doing it for myself, even though it's totally valid and perfectly valid if I wanted to do it for myself and for my mental health. And I don't give a shit that people consider that to be, accountability that I'm running away from or anything, because everyone who knows me knows that I do not fucking run from accountability. I run headfirst at it and get mad about it, and I seek it out. Have you ever discussed how similar Will looked like Keith in Gemstones when he had long hair? Fun fact about Keith, he's actually a pretty cool dude in real life. I've never personally met him, but Keith is from the same school that Will graduated from, same comedy school. We'll talk about that right now. Hold on. Actually, here, I'll pull it up. So I don't know if you guys know this or not, and I don't know if Will has actually talked about this or not, but so this is Tony Calvero, okay? So Tony Calvero is also known as Keith in Righteous Gemstones, one of my favorite shows out right now. I think it's fucking hilarious. It's like jam-packed and absolutely hilarious. But Tony Calvero, okay, looks a lot like Will, and it's really interesting, right? You think it's interesting? Well, what's even more interesting is that Tony is one of the top graduates at, I think it's Second City or Groundlings, whichever. Will went to all of them, but Will went to all the comedy schools, and in the world of the comedy schools, when you elevate to the highest level, you become like one of the top 6. I think it's Groundlings or top 7. And they have like all those top 7 people are basically like Supreme Court justice positions almost, where when you're in that top 7, like unless you retire and go to like SNL or whatever, you're basically a part of that company, the top 7 slot. And Will, because he looks exactly like this man, was unfortunately unable to like make it to the top 7, even though he like graduated and got to that point. And like he needed this dude to leave so he could fill that role. Which is kind of wild, even though he is chill. Like from what I understand, he's like a very chill dude. He's a very funny guy. But you know, he's yeah, they literally never let him in because Groundlings is dumb like that. No. He graduated all the way up to the top of the fucking ground. Like he's been through all of the courses in Groundlings. Like he went through all the levels. I went and I saw his fucking comedy show, stuff like that. But oh my God, The Wolf Among Us 2 is coming out. Oh my Lord. Okay, I'm excited about this. Comedy schools are breeding comics. Last night, Will said he hasn't made any money from Fear and Malding. That's not Will alone. It's both of us. We've done a fuckload of ads. We've done a fuckload of ad reads. We have, and they pump ads against our will and against our consent because that's the contractual thing that they have. And I keep asking WME, can you send me remittance? Like, can you send me the fucking remittance? Can you send me the remittance? And they're like, oh, well, I don't know. I don't know. Well, we'll do it. And most likely we're just not going to be, we're not going to be working with Cast. Like, I don't have a problem with Cast. They were fine.
Wide people happy. Let's have fun today.
And I'm not saying that they're like scamming or whatever. Even though I just never wanted to run ads to begin with on the podcast. And then basically in order for us to be able to use their studio and use their producers and all that stuff, like they were like, you have to do these ads, right? And is it feasible to just do all the shit they do on your own? Yes, of course it is. And it was feasible even back when I first originally signed with Cast. The reason why I wanted to sign with them, dude, why are you replying to furries shitting on you on Twitter? I don't know. But the reason why I signed with them originally was because I wanted something else. Like I wanted to be obligated to another place. So I would be forced to do something outside of my comfort zone. Okay. But yeah, Cast is not great. So it's just not for us. They're good for like famous people that don't understand content creation in the digital space. Like they're probably great for people like Sarah Silverman, you know what I mean? But for people like me and Will, like we already make content. We know how to make good content. Like Will is responsible for hundreds of millions of views at BuzzFeed. I, over the course of my career, have also generated content that have gotten hundreds of millions of views, both at TYT and myself. Like we know how to make content. So it's just like, it's the digital it's the back end stuff that that we had to deal with, and it's not worth doing all these fucking ads. You know what I mean? Like we were doing so many fucking ads for all these like companies that we were supposedly getting paid, which I don't even know if we ever got paid or not. That's why I don't want to like say Cast is responsible for it, because like WME could have totally paid me and I did not realize that WME sent me Cast remittances. And I might not have seen it, which is why I kept fucking asking WME, like, send me the remittance, so I know exactly what Cass has paid us. But I'm not certain if they ever did. What is this?
I don't get to spend much time with my best friend. And sadly enough, Fear and Malding is probably the majority of the time that I've spent with my best friend over the last year. Like, if we stop the podcast, I probably won't see Hasan.
That's not true. But the reason why I originally started Fear and Malding was because, and remember, this was at the time when Will wasn't at the place that he's at now. Okay. The reason why I originally started Fear and Malding was because I wanted like him to be the big mic to my Logan Paul. You know what I mean? I wanted to be able to like, I wanted to be able to create a fucking podcast that, I wanted to be able to create a podcast where like Will could control it and like do everything for it. And that was his product. You know what I mean? And then basically it never ended up coming to fruition because, well, one, I fucking had no time whatsoever to deal with it. I also, on top of that, like, was working with a team that, you know, didn't really do much. Like, I kept fucking saying, like, when Will says yes to something, you know, treat it as law, but they never did. They kept fucking asking me for permission on shit, and it was like really fucking annoying. And you know, it's, you and Will should stream together more often and go into other streams. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll definitely do that. But like, the reason why I wanted to build this studio, the studio that you see right now, okay? Like, boom, look at that. Boom, 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 you know? Boom, boom. The reason why I wanted to build this, and hopefully eventually we'll be able to full-blown, like, have a better camera setup studio, was so that I could do the podcast here, so that we could eventually do it independently on our own, and do all the stuff on our own, have guests over, make it much easier to fucking streamline the process, make it much easier, and go independent and not have to do like all these fucking ads. So, you know, we're gonna probably get like a producer if we do this, you know. And we most likely will, and like we still own the IP and stuff. Like, you know, Cast is very there. It's like if we split, it's an amicable split. You know what I mean? It's not like crazy. It just wasn't like the best partnership, because like what we were looking at of the partnership and what they were looking at of the partnership is different. You know, but yeah, what we need is like a Jamie type dude who knows how to operate cameras, like, you know, fix them up if need be, and then knows how to operate a roadcaster, which is pretty easy. I will most likely, like, for the time being, I will most likely use like one of my editors potentially, or we'll see what happens. But we didn't shoot this week, and we're gonna figure out how to move going forward. But the reason why I built this fucking studio was so I could shoot in here. You know what I mean? That's why I want to do that. I want to be able to shoot in here and do all that. Taxes must be difficult using Twitch? No, not at all. Dude, you get 1099s and that's it. I mean, taxes are difficult if you're, unless you have like, I don't know, unless you're like trying to fucking get more bang for your buck, like get more unless you're trying to reduce your, you know, taxes somehow. But we are going to talk about the Don't Say Gay thing today. How many average listeners per pod? I have no idea. But if we do that, if we go independent, like we're you know, we're going to figure it out. But if we do go independent, eventually, when we do go independent, rather, what I wanted to always do was just have like fucking one episode behind a paywall, one episode not, and then have the Patreon fund itself. You know what I mean? Fund the podcast, like the way that Ludwig does The Yard. So, you know, we'll figure that stuff out. That's easy peasy stuff. That's not a big deal at all.
Let's go 1 year B.
So we'll see. I mean, that's like, you know, that's the Chapo method. That's what like they've been doing. You know, they've been doing all this stuff. Like this is the stuff that works. So
Tell Will I'll be his best friend.
I'm fucking all over the place. What happened to leftovers, Lamau? I'm waiting. I don't know. I fucking. So, going independent is probably the best move to set up that you have. You should be having all control. Yeah. Because, like, the issues are, you know, we have a fucking studio, right? We have this fucking studio that we have to go to. When we go to that studio, there's, like, all these problems. Because, you know, there's only a limited amount of time. I don't have, like, a person on payroll, so I can't film on fucking Sunday nights. Like, if it were up to me, I would get a fucking producer. and that producer would be, you know, in the best position on the fucking planet, because all they got to do is fucking film twice, you know, pull some graphics, pull some fucking stories, extremely online producer, and then they literally film twice, one on Sunday night and then one, I don't know, another time during the week. And when you do that, and you make a fuckload of money off of just like the Patreon donos itself. So it would be an awesome position for the most part. But the issue is, like, I'm not lucky like Ludwig is. And Ludwig is very smart, obviously, on top of luck, but like he has an entire fucking crew of brilliant content creators that he has surrounded himself with that also know everything. They know everything about like the back end stuff. Like they've been doing this professionally, you know what I mean? I need like a Slime and an Aiden and all these, and Nick, like all these guys who are fucking awesome and do an incredible job. You know, and I don't have that. So that's something I need to do, and I'm just like so bad at this shit. You know what I mean?
As high.
So we'll see. But yeah, let's blast off. I mean, I got nothing else going on. I mean, I have a lot going on rather, but like I have nothing in my personal life that's going on that's like interesting. I watched the Tinder Swindler last night, so I'll just